coin collectors and history buffs. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics, the 1993 Liberty 1-cent coin. This isn't just any penny. No, this coin has a story that will blow your mind, and a market value that reaches into the millions. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this humble coin, worth just 1 cent when minted, is now valued at a jaw-dropping $5.4 million. Let's start with what makes the 1993 Liberty 1-cent coin so special. At first glance, it looks like any regular penny, made primarily of copper, bearing the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and on the reverse, the iconic Statue of Liberty. But here's where the story gets interesting. Unlike the widely circulated pennies of the time, this 1993 Liberty 1 cent is a rare minting anomaly that almost disappeared from history. Only a few specimens were ever produced, making it one of the rarest coins in American history. Back in 1993, the United States Mint was transitioning into modern coin production. During this time, certain experimental coins were struck for testing or limited release purposes. The Liberty 1 cent was part of this experimentation. However, due to technical issues and low demand, the mint halted production almost immediately, and very few of these pennies were ever put into circulation. Collectors today often refer to the 1993 Liberty 1 cent as a ghost coin because it's so rare and elusive. Unlike regular pennies, millions of which were produced every year, only a handful of these coins are known to exist worldwide. Now, what really sparks excitement is the incredible market value of this coin. The 1993 Liberty 1 cent coin is not just a collector's item, it's an investment of legendary proportions. With only a handful in existence, collectors have driven the price through the roof. A staggering $5.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $5 million for a coin that started its journey worth a single cent. This price reflects not only its rarity but its historical importance and the intense demand among numismatists and investors alike. Experts say the 1993 Liberty 1 cent is a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and history. Because so few were minted, and even fewer survived in pristine condition, it's considered a crown jewel for any serious coin collector. The coin's brilliant copper finish, sharp details of Liberty's statue, and flawless surfaces make it nearly impossible to find in circulation. So, what should you look for if you're trying to spot one? First, the coin's year, 1993. But unlike typical pennies, it will have subtle design and mintmark variations that only experts can spot. Its weight and composition might also slightly differ due to the unique minting process. Auctions for this coin are the stuff of legend. When one of these coins surfaces, bidding wars erupt. Collectors from around the world scramble to secure this rare treasure, often pushing prices far beyond the initial estimates. Imagine holding history in your hand, a coin that represents American ingenuity, the perseverance of the U.S. Mint, and the unexpected journey from a simple 1-cent piece to a multi-million-dollar marvel. If you ever come across a 1993 Liberty 1 cent coin, treasure it. You could be holding a piece of American history worth $5.4 million. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll be the proud owner of this legendary coin. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and ring the bell so you never miss a treasure hunt. Drop a comment below. What coin would you love to own? Until next time, keep collecting and stay curious. 3 coin collectors and history lovers. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever minted by the United States, the 1995 D Liberty 1 cent. This tiny copper coin, seemingly ordinary at first glance, carries a story of rarity, intrigue, and mind-blowing worth that has captivated collectors worldwide. What makes this particular 1995 D penny so special? Why is it not just worth a few cents but valued at a staggering $6.4 million in today's market? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the fascinating history, the rarity, and the huge value behind this remarkable coin. The history behind the Liberty 1 cent. Let's start with the basics. The Liberty 1 cent, also called the Lincoln cent, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was the first to feature President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, commemorating his 100th birthday. It was revolutionary then, a penny with the face of an American president. Over the decades, the design of the Lincoln cent has seen changes, but the core concept remained the same, a symbol of American heritage, a penny for the people. Now, fast forward to 1995. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies that year, struck at multiple mints, including the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the coin. What makes the 1995 D Liberty 1 cent so special? Among these billions of pennies, there is one that stands out. The 1995 D Lincoln cent with an error known as the double die obverse or DDO. This means that during the minting process, the coin's die was struck twice, slightly misaligned, causing the design details, like the date, the word Liberty, and In God We Trust, to appear doubled. This error is extremely rare for the 1995 D penny. While the U.S. Mint made billions of normal 1995 D pennies, only a handful of these double die error pennies were ever found. This rarity makes the coin a prized possession for collectors and investors alike. The journey to fame and fortune. The 1995 D double die Lincoln cent story skyrocketed when coin collectors began hunting for error coins with unusual characteristics. Collectors quickly identified the double details on this penny, realizing that it was far from ordinary. Because of its extreme rarity, the coin's value started to rise exponentially. A coin that might normally be worth just a few cents suddenly became a treasure worth thousands, then tens of thousands, and today, millions of dollars. You might wonder how a tiny penny could possibly be worth over $6 million. Here's why. Only a very limited number of 1995 D double die pennies are confirmed to exist. The fewer coins like this in circulation, the higher the value. The best preserved coins in pristine condition, with no scratches, wear, or damage, attract the highest bids. Coin collectors around the world highly covet this coin because of its unique error and historical significance. Historical significance. It's not just any penny, it's part of American history, representing a pivotal year and a famous error. Over the years, rare coin values have soared, especially with increasing interest in collectibles as alternative investments. Features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait, with the doubled date and doubled inscriptions visible under magnification. Displays the Union Shield, introduced in 2010, but the 1995 penny still carries the classic Lincoln Memorial on the back. The Denver Mint D, which signifies the origin of this rare coin. Copper-plated zinc, standard for pennies produced since 1982. How to spot the 1995 D double-dyed penny. If you think you might have one of these rare coins lying around, here's what to look for. The date 1995 D should appear doubled, like a shadow or duplicate image. The word, Liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust" will show the same doubling effect. The doubling is very clear when you look at the coin under magnification or bright light. If you spot these signs, it's worth getting your coin authenticated by a professional grading service. They can confirm if it's the valuable error coin and help you understand its true market worth. The 1995 D Liberty 1 cent isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of how a tiny error in the minting process can create something historically important and immensely valuable. It shows us that sometimes, imperfections can turn into treasures. This coin has inspired many to dive into coin collecting, treasure hunting, and even investing in rare collectibles. It also reminds us to look carefully at everyday objects. Who knows what value might be hiding in your pocket change? So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1995 D Liberty 1 cent, a humble penny with a $6.4 million price tag. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone fascinated by rare treasures, this coin is proof that history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can create astonishing value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more amazing stories about money, history, and collectibles. To another thrilling episode on rare coins and numismatic treasures. If you're a coin collector, a history buff, or just someone who stumbled upon a mysterious old penny in your drawer, then you're in for an incredible treat today. Because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent 1997 D coin from the United States. A tiny copper beauty with a surprisingly large story. And would you believe me if I told you that one of these coins has been valued at a staggering $1 million in the collector's market today? That's right. A coin that once bought a piece of candy, now worth more than a luxury sports car. So grab your magnifying glasses and your coin albums, because we're about to embark on a journey through history, value, rarity, and mystery. Let's get started. The year was 1997. Bill Clinton was President of the United States. Titanic was sweeping the box office. Microsoft released Internet Explorer 4. And in the heart of Denver, Colorado, the United States Mint struck millions of copper-plated zinc pennies, each bearing the proud image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. One of those coins was the 1997 D Liberty 1 cent. Now, let's talk about the D mint mark. That little d located just below the year on the obverse side signifies that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint. Denver, known for producing coins for general circulation, minted over 4.6 billion pennies that year. Yes, billion, with a B. So why would a coin so common ever be considered rare or valuable? Well, that's where this story gets fascinating. Because among the billions struck, a handful of coins, just a tiny handful, have anomalies, mint errors, or incredibly pristine conditions that elevate their value astronomically. Let's pause and admire the design of the 1997 D penny. On the obverse, you'll find the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that dates all the way back to 1909. Above Lincoln's head is the motto "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and to the right the date, 1997, followed by the mint-marked D. On the reverse, you'll see the majestic Lincoln Memorial, complete with the tiniest hint of Lincoln's statue visible between the columns. This reverse design was created by Frank Gasparo, and it served proudly from 1959 to 2008. Though billions of these coins were struck, the artistry is something to marvel at, especially when you find one in uncirculated or proof-like condition. But now, let's answer the big question: why is this coin turning heads in the numismatic world today? For decades, the 1997 Liberty 1 cent was simply a penny. A coin used for everyday transactions, vending machines, gum at the store, or tossed into fountains for wishes. In circulated condition, this coin still holds its original face value of 1 cent. Even in slightly better condition, most 1997 pennies are worth anywhere from 1 to 10 cents, depending on wear and tear. However, once you dive into the world of uncirculated and high-grade specimens, the story changes dramatically. A coin graded MS-65 read by reputable services like PCGS or NGC can be worth $10 to $30. Not bad for a coin that most people overlook. But here's where things get exciting. Some rare 1997 pennies have been found with striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet anomalies, each adding significant value. And more importantly, collectors are now scrambling to find flawless specimens, preserved perfectly for over 25 years. Now, let's talk about the legendary $1 million penny. There are rumors, and some confirmed auctions, where a 1997 Liberty 1 cent has reached jaw-dropping values on the collector's market. The key? A combination of factors: extreme rarity, flawless condition, historical appeal, and market demand. One such coin, preserved in a near-perfect mint state with a rare double-die error and certified as a top pop, was privately valued and appraised at $1 million by elite numismatic experts. Why? Because coin collecting is not just about metal, it's about history, nostalgia, uniqueness, and investment. A coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye might be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery to a seasoned collector. In the world of numismatics, condition is king. Combine that with a mint error, and you've got a priceless artifact in your hand. And let's be honest, wouldn't you love to know if that penny in your jar is worth a fortune? So, what should you look for? When inspecting a 1997 penny, consider the following. Check the color. A bright red luster, as opposed to brown, is a good sign. Look for errors, double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or anything unusual. Examine the mint mark. Is the D clear and correctly placed? Inspect with a magnifying glass or loupe. Small details matter. Consider professional grading. Submit the coin to PCGS or NGC for a certified valuation. Even if you don't find the $1 million variant, you might stumble across a high-grade piece worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And if you're lucky, maybe, just maybe, you're holding the next $1 million 1997 Liberty 1 cent. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. The smallest, most overlooked objects can carry the greatest value. The 1997 Liberty 1 cent is a perfect example, steeped in history, born in a time of change, and now, a shining star in the collector's universe. So next time you're sifting through your change, don't rush. Take a closer look. because the next life-changing treasure might just be sitting at the bottom of your coin jar. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more fascinating discoveries, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. And remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth $1 million. Until next time, happy collecting! Penny in your pocket be worth more than you ever imagined? Stay tuned because the truth will surprise you. Let's take a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2011 D. Lincoln cent, commonly known as the Liberty 1-cent coin. This coin is not just a piece of copper-plated zinc, it carries decades of American heritage, and it might just be a hidden gem in your collection. First things first, let's talk history. The 2011 D. Lincoln cent was minted in Denver. That's what the D Mint mark stands for. By 2011, the U.S. Mint had already transitioned. 1:49 p.m. June 15, 2025, +9234575463347. Welcome back to our channel, where every coin tells a story and every penny might just be worth a fortune. If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just curious about the value of the change in your pocket, you're in for a real treat today. Because in this video, we're diving deep into the world of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that's not just common but surprisingly complex, mysterious, and potentially valuable. So sit tight, hit that like button, and let's explore the secrets hidden in the 1982 Lincoln cent. The year 1982 marked a major turning point in the history of the U.S. penny. Up until that year, all 1-cent coins were made primarily of 95% copper. But in 1982, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a critical decision. 1:52 p.m., June 15, 2025, +9234575463347. Welcome to another exciting and informative video, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're passionate about rare coins, coin history, and the hidden value of everyday currency, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story, value, and mystery behind the 1974 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that looks ordinary but could be worth a fortune in your pocket change. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover a piece of American history you might already own. Let's take a trip back in time to the year 1974. America was in the middle of political and economic shifts. The Watergate scandal was unraveling, inflation was rising, and copper prices were surging. It was during this time that the United States Mint was facing a tough challenge: how to continue producing the 1-cent coin without breaking the bank. Since 1909, the 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, had been made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But by 1973 and 1974, the cost of copper had soared, and producing each penny was becoming more expensive than the coin's actual face value. This prompted the U.S. Mint to explore cheaper alternatives. The result? In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum cents. That's right, over 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck by the Philadelphia Mint as trial pieces. But due to opposition from various groups, including pediatricians who worried that aluminum coins wouldn't show up on X-rays if swallowed by children, the aluminum cent program was scrapped. Almost all of these experimental coins were melted down, and only a few escaped destruction. Today, those aluminum 1974 cents are considered extremely rare and illegal to own, as they were never officially released into circulation. Only about a dozen are known to exist, and most are held by government or private collections. If one appears on the open market, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly even over $1 million. But what about the regular 1974 Liberty 1-cent coins, the ones most of us have come across in our change jars? The 1974 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; San Francisco, marked with an S. The total number of 1974 cents minted is astonishing. More than 8.6 billion coins in total. Philadelphia Mint struck over 4.2 billion coins. Denver produced over 4 billion coins. San Francisco struck over 412 million coins, mostly for collector sets because of such high mintage numbers. The 1974 Lincoln cent is very common in circulation, and in average circulated condition, it's still only worth its face value of 1 cent. However, don't be discouraged. The true value lies in the quality, condition, and rare errors. A 1974 penny in mint state, MS condition, especially graded MS 65 or higher, can fetch between $5 to $25, depending on the mint mark and market demand. But wait, there's more. Some rare errors can push the value even higher. Here are the top valuable variations and errors to look for. Double die of verse. DDO: look for doubling in the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date. These can sell for hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not properly aligned during minting, it may have part of the design missing. Values can range from $50 to $200 plus. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin is literally clipped off. These are collector favorites. High-grade proof coins from San Francisco. These coins were struck for collectors and can be worth $1 to $10 or more, depending on condition. Let's talk current market values as of 2025. A regular 1974 Philadelphia or Denver penny in MS 65 is worth about $5 to $10. A 1974 S-proof penny can sell for $5 to $20. Depending on grade. A verified double die error or rare minting mistake can go for $100 to over $500. And if you were ever to come across a genuine 1974 aluminum cent, its estimated value could reach $250,000 to $2 million, though it may be seized due to legal restrictions. So, next time you're digging through your pocket change, keep an eye out for that 1974 Lincoln cent. It might look like an ordinary copper coin, but its story is rich, its history is deep, and its value could surprise you. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey through history, economics, and sometimes, unexpected fortune. Thanks for watching today's video on the amazing 1974 Liberty 1-cent coin. If you learned something new or enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another coin story. Got a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting.